What's up, guys? This is Kyle from Wax Museum, and I'm finally ready to do something that I've been promising for a little while now. I want to update you on my NBA Finals collection. I figured this week would be an appropriate time to do that, so I'm going to have to split this video into two parts. Today I'm going to do things that I think might be finals but aren't officially labeled as such, and then everything that's labeled finals up until 2001. And then the second part will be everything that comes after that. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this stack here, which these are the cards that are not officially labeled as being from the NBA Finals. I believe they are. I believe there's a good chance that they might be. I'm not saying for a fact that they are, so I encourage you to do your own research, but these are ones that I kind of lump in with these other cards in this box here. So first off, we have, this is one of my favorite ones and ones I've talked about several times before. This is a JoJo White letter from Topps, and I'm not going to go through all the details here, but basically there's some very convincing evidence that this could be from a 1976 NBA Finals jersey, which is when JoJo was the MVP. The whole thing's kind of crazy that that would even get cut up, but anyway, because the card exists, so I had no trouble adding that to my PC. I've got this John Stockton card here from Jersey Fusion. They claim this is from a 96-97 jersey that was used in the NBA Finals, or at least there's a Finals patch on it, but the logo man is not gold, so I do have some doubts about that. So I've included this one in here, but don't feel super confident about that one, but still not 100% sure. I do feel a little more confident about this John Stockton genuine coverage card, though, because if you look on the back of the warm-up, there is an NBA Finals logo on the warm-up that they used for this. So I do believe that these are from an NBA Finals, but like I said, it's not officially branded as a Finals card. And then I've got situations like this where I'm going to have pieces of the Larry O'Brien trophy. This Tim Duncan is a rather large piece. Just because something has a finals trophy doesn't actually mean it's from the finals. Sometimes they use them the first game of the next season for the ring ceremony. I don't know if the Spurs did that or not, but anyway, this is obviously a big piece of a finals patch either way. Pretty cool patch there. Similarly, I've got this Brian Cook, which I believe that would have been from the 04 finals. This one definitely would have been this Karl Malone here. And I went back and forth on this one for a little bit when I first saw it show up online, but I have seen another copy of this still in the UD Black wrapper that has a piece of that trophy. So for whatever reason, several years later, they were using up a Lakers Karl Malone jersey or warm-up or something that apparently was from the NBA Finals. This Haslam piece here is definitely from a Larry O'Brien trophy. I believe that would have been the 06 finals. I'm going through all these in my head here. I'm probably going to mess some of these up. You've got a Kobe piece of the Larry O'Brien here. Actually bought that after he passed away. Still, I feel like I got a pretty good deal on it. Got Andrew Bynum. This is from a warm-up, but that's definitely a Larry O'Brien trophy. This McGrady piece here is from 2013, or at least the patch materials from 2013. I just don't think they had any other Spurs stuff, and if you look through his game logs, there's just hardly any games where he actually played as a Spur. So the finals jersey they had was a black jersey, and then they used, I believe they used some of the rest of the material up in these cards here. It'd be nice to see some of those show up a little bit later on now that they are liquidating some of that stuff. I did a recent video about this Steph Curry. I believe this is a shooting shirt from the 2015 finals. And then I've also done a video about these Kawhi relics. This was a very detailed process to get to this point, but I believe that these are finals worn as well. But be very careful. If you watch the video, you know this. Not all of these relics were from the same source. So not every select Kawhi Leonard relic is from the same source. Okay, so that takes care of the stuff that is not officially finals branded. I want to be careful here. I don't want to knock these onto the floor. Let's get into the stuff that is finals branded. And for the most part, I believe I have this all chronological. So we're going to go from my earliest version, which is 1989 up until 2001. So these were manufactured much later than 1989. But this was I'm trying to think what the Immaculate set was called, Special Event Materials or something like that. And took me a while to find one of these. It was actually in a lot of 3. There's only 10 of them at all, and the seller would not split them up. So I bought them at the time for what I thought was really just an astronomical price, and it ended up now, in retrospect, being a great price. But I ended up with 3 of them. And I know people have asked me, well, will you split them up? Well, no. Now I don't want to split them up either. So I can kind of see what that other seller was thinking. I think I've only seen 4 of these total, and I've got 3 of them. So this is one that, pretty special piece. We don't have a lot of stuff that's finals branded like this from earlier finals. So had to add those when I saw those. Then we move into the first actual, let my neighbor pass on whatever loud car he's got. First actual finals branded stuff, which was from the 2000 finals. So this is one of my favorite final sets. It's a prime set called Final Piece. It was from 2000 Topps Chrome. So it's got Lakers and Pacers. So you know which team that I prefer, but I did pick up some of the Lakers whenever they were cheap. This one I got in a trade with actually a YouTube subscriber. I traded him some Knicks stuff, and he traded me some finals and some Pacers stuff. So I got AC Green. Picked this one up at the 2019 National in Chicago. Robert Ory. Brian Shaw was an eBay purchase. This is the refractor version. I should point out that these were hand numbered to 25, the regular version. The refractors were numbered to 10. So as hard as the 25 version is to find, these are nearly impossible. I do have one. I have Jonathan Bender, so happy to have that one. The rest of what I've got, though, would be the number to 25 Rick Smits. I paid a hefty premium for that one. A lot of people were after that one. Travis Best. So some of these I bought in a lot from a former Pacers collector. Derek McKee, Sam Perkins. That was an eBay purchase from old Probstein auction. We got Mark Jackson. And one of these, I haven't got to it yet. One of these I got a great deal on. Chris Mullin here. This is the Bender number to 25. This Dale Davis I got in a Pacers lot. That was like $11. And when I was following this listing, I looked at this listing like 10 times a day, just hoping that no one else would see it. It had a horrible, horrible title on it. And it's one of the best patches that I've got in this whole collection here. Zontabak, one of the nicest Zontabak cards to ever exist. And the big one, for me at least, not the best looking patch, but the biggest name in here, for the Pacers at least, is Reggie Miller. That's one of my top cards. You've seen that. I've shown that off a lot. You've seen that before. All right, speaking of Reggie Miller in the 2000 finals, they made a ton of finals cards that year, which I'm very lucky. Hey, that's the only time the Pacers made the NBA finals. Topps made a ton of cards using those jerseys, so can't complain about that. This is a very rare set called East Meets West. There's only 2 cards in the set. One of them has Shaq and Reggie, so it's the only dual Hall of Fame NBA Finals relic, and it does designate that it's from the NBA Finals on the front here. And then the other card is Glenn Rice and Jalen Rose. All right, I should have started with the gold label, the regular version first, but I've got them in the box. I've got the leathers first. This is a very, very tough parallel. And once again, this is a story I've already told on here, so I won't go through all of it. But thanks to this channel and thanks to running into someone at the National, I was able to make a deal for this one, and I otherwise would not have found this card. And I've got some Reggie collectors that have reached out to me about this card. This one's going nowhere. This is a very special one in the PC. All right, so I have a few other leather cards in here. I've got Derek McKee. I've got Sam Perkins. That was actually a gift from my friend Mark, so thanks again, Mark. I've got Austin Crozier. And then the regular gold label finals cards. Believe it or not, the only Pacer I'm missing is Reggie Miller of this whole set. I remember back in the day, I just didn't want to pay $45 for it, and now it's well past that point. So we've got Dale Davis, Rick Smits, Mark Jackson, Travis Best, Austin Crozier. This is a little bit of a, I don't want to say a premium, a little bit rare because it's that side panel piece. You don't see those as often. Derek McKee. We've got Sam Perkins, Chris Mullin, Jonathan Bender, and Zon Tabak. And I do have some Lakers from that set as well. Ooh, I need to get that in a new top loader. That is gold for the Lakers. John Sally, Glenn Rice, Derek Fisher, another Glenn Rice, because they did the home and away for the Lakers. They didn't do that for the Pacers. All right, another 2000 Topps set that had finals relics, and not the last one either. This one was from Top Stars. So I've got the Reggie Miller. I've got a lot less of these. Dale Davis, Mark Jackson, Yellow Travis Best, Derek McKee, Sam Perkins, Chris Mullin. Maybe I do have more of the Pacers than I realized. John Bender, and Austin Crozier, and Zon Tabak. I want to thank my friend Steve, gave me one of those recently too. He noticed, I think it was the Crozier, he noticed that I was missing one and sent it my way. So thanks, Steve. All right, Lakers from that set, Brian Shaw, Glenn Rice, and Travis Knight. All right, the third final set, which is the jersey version of a version I showed you earlier. This is called Final Piece. Instead of being in Topps Chrome, this was in regular Topps, I believe. So we've got the Reggie Miller here. Barely got that pinstripe on there. And we've got Jonathan Bender, Rick Smits, Dale Davis. Oh, apparently I had two Dale Davises. Austin Crozier, Derek McKee, Travis Knight. All right, next up we've got the 2001 finals, which will be where we end off here. So actually Upper Deck had a 2001 final set and Topps had one as well. And this was a finals between the Lakers and the Sixers. It was not an autographed set, but I did purchase 3 autographed copies from eBay. And I looked at the signatures. I have confidence in all these signatures. I think they're good. So we've got Brian Shaw, we've got Devin George, and we've got Horace Grant. I don't mind having these unauthenticated signatures. If I can look at it and I feel like it's good, I'm fine with it. All right, Todd McCullough, Eric Snow. I think that was a recent one that I got. Kevin Ollie, Rajah Bell, Dikembe Mutombo. And I wish I would have gotten Kobe, because Kobe did not have a lot of finals relics, but he was in that set there. I didn't grab it back in the day, which means I'll probably never grab it, because at this point that card's kind of ridiculous, and rightfully so. I mean, I'm not complaining. Rightfully so. That should be an expensive card, and it is. Okay, this next set here is the Topps version called Finals Journey. And there weren't officially prime versions of this card, but some of the Sixers ones I've seen have part of the trim or the waistband. Maybe it was a pair of shorts. I don't know. I did see the Iverson ones for $50 passed on it. Obviously regret that, but those were different times. But anyway, whenever I see the multicolor pieces, I definitely grab those. So even if it's a player I already have, I'll grab those. So I've got Tyrone Hill, Jermaine Jones, Rodney Buford, and then the regular versions, I've got George Lynch, Rajah Bell, Aaron McKee, Tyrone Hill once again, Kevin Ollie, Matt Geiger. Got some stitching there. Todd McCullough. Some Lakers here, Derek Fisher, and Greg Foster, former Pacers assistant coach that got into a little dispute with Goga Bitadze at one point. That was a horrible season. Robert Horry, Mark Madsen, and Horace Grant. So that is part 1. That gets us through 2001. Topps actually didn't make more finals relics until 2005. So I'll give you a preview. There's a preview of one of those real quick, but that will be the next video. We'll go 2005 through current day, which of course they're not making a whole lot of stuff current day. But anyway, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed that. Remember, there are new episodes of the audio podcast that come out every Thursday. And as always, thanks for watching.